Well, so the idea with the for overnight was that we were gonna open higher and sell down from that through multiple supports from a crust or peak, and it looks like that overbought crust or peak ended up being right on the cusp of the 2 days rather than first thing in the morning. It was at the end of the day yesterday, and we sold off pretty notably from that into a low, which is the low correlator and a trade opportunity. You can see there's a low there, and then there's a low there, and in between there's resistance and resistance, about the same level. The two cards are very similar in energy, and then the two lows about the same level. And at this resistance, like I said yesterday, if you position yourself well with the amount of movement or the movement that's going on around this resistance, you could position yourself in both directions, and you could have made money to the downside and to the upside by doing so. Hey B, hey Tabriz, is Netflix selling off next week? And so right now what we're doing is we're in the midst of erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. We revisited a crest in the midst of that erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level right here. That was recently a past opportunity. And then this erratic behavior back and forth it's probably like, this is probably the price level right here. And so in this next hour, interesting. It's going to be mixed because we've got a correlation to the strife card here, and we've also got a correlation to a rally increasing with momentum. And then it's pretty mixed. And then there's, sorry guys, I got distracted. So, what I want to do is Netflix. Well, that's definitely a chariot kind of move there. We should see price swings on the fourth. I don't think there's a sell off next week. It's kind of like it's pretty mixed. This this is a pretty bullish day here, and then bearish mixed with the revisiting of a crest, probably the crest from here on the 8th, and then bearish again on the 11th. Do I see downside on Friday and Monday too, or will Apple and Amazon earnings push it higher? Are you talking about the overall market to raise SPY? Yeah, I mean, today's the first day of Mercury retrograde's influence. It starts tonight at 7 p.m. And you can see what's happening as we enter into this Mercury retrograde. You get like influence. We're not in retrograde yet, but we're under the influence. You get this increase in volatility. Usually there's a sharp decline, but it's not always. Sometimes you have a big move to the higher, but what you'll get is like price swings. You'll get high volatility, and you'll get reversals right around the date of the when it right around the date that it actually becomes an influence. So like today, this is very typical to see this like this kind of like doji, I think it's called. This star here is very typical for a Mercury retrograde, like the day that you enter into the influence. But usually it's bearish, not always, but usually. Hey, AV. So is there more downside on Friday and Monday? I think there is. Over the weekend, we open notably lower on Monday morning, and then there's a big move from the bottom of a range to the top of a range there. We're going to establish support, like a stable foundation of support on the 4th, so we'll probably retest the low or something like that, and then we have lower on the 7th anyways. It looks like at the end of the day on Friday we are declining too. So that's that. We went from a peak to a crest really, really fast, and you can see near overbought peak down to a peak to a trough, excuse me, down to a trough here, and this was right around 3 o'clock. $3.15. So out of this trough, which is going to probably end somewhere around the RSI of 20, maybe a little lower. But in the midst of that trough, or out of that trough, there's a rally increasing with momentum moving forward in time. It's interesting, it's mixed, because we've got the strife energy overlapping it as well. Hey, Proof. Hey, Carolyn. Is QQQ overall down from here until the 21st? Why did you pick till the 21st? I'm curious. Because of the low in the S&P? Is it all downhill? What's the overall trend for QQQ between now and the 21st? Interesting. Key support highlighted, so on like a 1 year kind of scale, key support highlighted. Yeah, it's a significant decline here. And since I was so off here, I mean, I was very confident that this was going to be a higher price level than the highs here in August, and you can see how that ended up being the case right here. there was a little bit of a peak there with that little, what's it called, wick, but not really. And so with that said, this may end up not being a high here, but like a peak or a crest that stands out. Hey Robert, will BTC bottom tomorrow morning for short term? Oh, wrong one. This is looking pretty solid, so we should have a pretty big move to the upside tomorrow. Right, we had the on the first we had the this diagonal rally that ends with the fast sudden move higher, and then a breakdown through that diagonal rally. It was the halting of a bullish trend marked by a sharp decline through key support on the second there, and then we did sideways rotation here on the third for the most part, so we should see a pretty big move to the upside. The question is, do we bottom tomorrow morning? How about, have we bottomed already? Yes or no? Looks like we bottomed already. It ended up being around here. So there should be like a pretty big move to the upside into the fifth. Well, it's possible we have a gap down on the fourth into the fifth and then another big move higher, but there should be a pretty significant move to the upside. You should be able to close a long position on the fifth. Could probably open a long position here for like a short-term swing trade. Several of my tech forecasts have a low around the 21st. Yeah, I noticed that. A lot of them are similar, so that's saying something about the accuracy, like reliability, I should say. Hey, trading altitudes. How low by end of day on SPY? So we had a unicursal at the high yesterday. So really on the fourth, there's a lot of sidewaysy behavior going on. It's going to be overall decline, but it's really sidewaysy, and We'll probably hit this level here. Do we hit this level right here? 444. Do we hit 444 by Monday, August 7th, 2023? Yes or no? I got a yes for that. And it is possible that we see a low there. I don't think that's a low. It's going to be a trough on Monday, but it's not a low. Probably 444, I would say. Sound stock for next week. Where'd my mouse go? Looks like it's probably going to go bearish. Let's see. What's the overall trend direction for SOUN throughout the next week? I got the Fool card. More selling, it looks like. Is that correct? Yes. SHIB's Metaverse might be coming soon. What do I see for Leash token in October? Leash token. Doge Killer. That's real friendly. Interesting. Yeah. So for October, in October we revisit a support level that we met recently on a multi-day scale, or on like a 1-year scale. So like we reach a support level that's really relevant, but it's been visited recently, so it's a revisiting of that. Pretty notable decline. Will ICP reach $50 by April 2024? This is the one where Hermes ate the sticky note. Long story. Oh, man. Interesting. I don't have a markup on this 10-year, or this 9-year, I should say. Really? Do I not have a markup of this? Oh, there we go. Looks like there's both a significant high and a significant low in 2024 with like a notable pop and drop in there. Will ICP reach $50 by April 2024? Yes or no? I got a no for that. AMLI. Wow, why does my mouse keep disappearing? This is really annoying. Like, what the heck? Where's my mouse? Good old Mercury retrograde's influence. What's it called? AMLI. All right, so AMLI for August 2023 overall trend direction. That's American Lithium Corp. So I see a lot of sidewaysy behavior in August for AMLI, but overall there ends up being a decline through multiple supports, and then in September, the overall trend for AMLI we successfully turned resistance into new support on a multi-day scale, so pretty bullish in September. And then the other one, LTHM. Livent Corp, LTHM. LTHM Livent Corp for August 2023 overall trend direction. Bearish price swings and a sharp drop. And then in what Livent's overall trend direction in September 2023. It's mixed, sideways fluidity, equal amounts of bulls and bears, and flow outflow along support. When is the best time to enter PLN, or excuse me, Palantir? Wow, there's no image file for that. Great. What's going on there? That's one I'm going to hold off on, guys, because I've got a reading coming out for PLTR pretty soon. So I'm going to hold off on that one. August 4th reading is missing on YouTube channel. Yikes. Hey, Karthikeyan. And my mouse gone again. This is getting ridiculous. Jeez. Karthikeyan, we did Apple and Amazon's earnings already. We did them yesterday, so just check out yesterday's video. I'm not going to redo those. Is the next crypto bull run happening in October? I got a yes for that. Senator's insider trading stocks leaked out of these 5 stocks he invested in. Which one or two are most bullish? Crystal Biotech, Tahira Pharma, Springworks Therapeutics, Cogent Biosciences, and Casavana. Crystal Biotech. And Cogent Biosciences. It looks like Springworks Therapeutics is going to be declining, but it offers opportunity to open up a long position in the midst of that decline. Carolyn, are you able to access your videos now? Did we figure it out? Eating their ears. Ew. Yeah, pretty sure there's an August 4th there. Carolyn, so read the messages that we just sent you today, because I'm pretty sure it's just like it's just some confusion. Everything's working fine and has been. What's the general trend direction for, hey Conrad, for PayPal tomorrow? Looks like we sell off from a crest down to and through support, and then we do kind of like a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back, break through it, and use it as support again. And then for next week, PayPal. That's when I got to do a reading about, like a 2024 reading. We have a U-shaped dip next week, so probably a peak on both ends of the week and a trough somewhere in the middle. Overall, it's bearish usually. See that? There's that move to the upside, and this should increase with momentum moving forward in time. And then we'll basically right around the close should be establishing support. And tomorrow we'll open higher with with 3 crisscrosses back and forth roughly through the same price level, and then a big move to the upside to reach for distant resistance first thing in the morning, like in the pre-market. So tomorrow is actually, you could probably open a pretty significant short position tomorrow in the midst of that move to the upside first thing in the morning to take us to a high. Could open up a short position and probably close that short position at the very end of the day in the last hour. So I guess we are going lower. Looking at it again, it looks like we're going lower. I'm doing well. Thanks for the warm wishes. You okay, Buddy Bear? So today, for those of you that hopped on late in the pre-market, we had this move higher, back down, took us into a low correlation right at the open. We fell from a resistance level to the low right at the open, and then there was bullish behavior, which took us back to a resistance level. The Ace of Swords, and then from that we declined again to a low again, followed by bullish behavior, revisiting a crest that was an opportunity. So in the midst of this back and forth behavior, like I said yesterday, one could position themselves in both directions around that resistance, and you can see you would have been able to make money to the downside and the upside, but you'd want to be out of those positions by now. Although it does look like there was an opportunity here at the crest to open up a short position. Interesting. Maybe not. But tomorrow I would open up a short position in the midst of that big move higher first thing in the morning. No, I wouldn't wait till the sun card. I would do it first thing in the morning. The sun card is going to come out of a decline, and that decline's going to come out of a peak, or like a high for the day at right around the open. All right, my friends, I think I'm going to call it a little early. I got a lot of work to do today. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You do so here on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where angel investors are asked to donate 5% of the profits that they make from this information forward to one of these charities through the click here links, and 5% of the profits back to the channel as a thank you through one of these click here links, and that leaves you with 90% of the money. Make sure to spend that money out of love, or reinvest. As long as you follow those rules, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel, my friends. Still a good idea to open meta short and close on the 8th. Uh, I would probably wait until Monday to open up a short because this orange correlation is opportunity to open up a short position in the midst of a move higher. Hmm. It's a little too risky there. I probably wouldn't open up that short, Carolyn. It's a little too risky. There's too much mixed behavior going on here. There'll be better opportunities. Oops, wrong one. It would have made sense to do it earlier in the day. I'm not so sure about at this point, but earlier in the day would have made sense. I'd say if we do have a move to the upside tomorrow, you could probably hop into a short and close it on the 8th, but it's also kind of risky. It's pretty mixed. So there's better trades out there. Oh yeah, I forgot about I wanted to ask you guys about Discord. So what are you guys wanting to get out of Discord exactly? Like what are you asking for as far as Discord? What do you mean by revenue model, Carolyn? Karthikeyan, what we're going to set up is there's going to be a membership level on YouTube that gives you access to a Discord. It'll be the second tier on YouTube, which we're setting up probably right after this live session ends. I'm just trying to determine how much time. Like I'm not very familiar with Discord. Is it like something that's on all the time, or is it something that you put on like when you do a Zoom call? Is it more like instant messenger where it's on all the time in the background and like people message you anytime, or is it more like you have totally put on, you have to like put on the thing for it's 24/7? Got you. Carolyn, it's already being set up. Right, but what I'm trying to determine is how much time will be devoted to it from the standpoint of making it a revenue stream. I don't know enough about it to determine how much time will be devoted to it once it's up and running. Like, that's what I'm trying to determine. Is it something where people could just like chat, like they could instant message me like any time of day, or like how does that work? And basically, it would the tier would be like an upgraded version of the supporter tier. The people that have the badge right now on YouTube, one tier up would include supporter, obviously, but also has within it, it'll have within it the Discord access. Um, Karthikeyan, you can always message me through the website. You can message me through the website. You can always ask me here on live. We're gonna have the Discord up, but you can always message me or email me through the website as well. On the paid one, I can post, but what type of stuff would I be posting there? I'm really not familiar with Discord. Sure thing, Karthikeyan. Appreciate your support. All right, well, I'm going to look into it in more detail. If it's something that's like you could access all day long, like if it's something where you have the ability to chat with me all day long, it's probably going to be kind of expensive. If it's not like that, then it may be a bit cheaper, but we'll see. I see. So like I could utilize it as like a place where sometimes I see things last minute. Like I'll see like a last minute trade or something that wasn't in the reading. I could then post it there real quick for people that are in the paid version. I like that. That's a good idea. What's up, Carolyn? What's the question? Looks like it's a yes for that profitable trade. All right, my friends, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that rule of karma, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great weekend.